Welcome back to the channel. You tapped into another episode of From the Mud Collective. I'm the legendary KO, that's the legendary TMQ, and the legendary DV Pod Support. We got a good show for y'all today. This is a special edition of From the Mud Collective called Collective Panel. And today we got some good stuff for y'all. What's up, everybody?
What up? What up? What up? What up?
What
Man,
up?
What's good? What's good, everybody? What's good?
what's good? What's good, man? We had a good little dialogue last week, and today we got a lot to unpack. We got some good topics for you guys today. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share your feedback. All is welcome, good or bad. We don't care. So y'all going 50-50
And what?
in your relationship. Like who's taking care of the bills? Are you splitting everything down the middle? Are you depending on your man or your partner to take care of most of the things? Are you going to be the breadwinner, or is it going to be just split down the middle? Like, what's your expectations on that?
Mm.
Mm,
Everybody
PTSD
said,
all over
mm-mm.
again.
Well, I'll
PTSD
just
all
say I
over
feel like
again.
that has to be determined based on who you are as a couple. I don't think anybody
Mhm.
should come in and expect another person to just pay for them, because you should want to initially pay for yourself so that you can show your independence as, your strong suit. I don't think
Exactly.
that nobody should want somebody to pay for them, whether they can or not. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like even in the times we're living in now, just the way things are, I feel like it's really nothing wrong with doing 50-50. You feel me? If it's a person that, I could take on a little more, okay, cool. But that's a discussion. I feel like that's something y'all need to talk about as far as, if we gonna split things down the middle, or if you
Mm-hmm.
gonna take on this, I'm gonna take on that type thing. That's just really a conversation you have to have with a mature person.
Facts. That's what I feel like. And that's a conversation you need to have before you decide to shack up together.
For real.
But sometimes that conversation before you shack up is not always going to be the conversation. It's not going to flow like that once you get there. So
Mhm.
for me, I personally don't live by 50-50. I live by 60-40, because not all the time are you going to be at 50-50. You're not always going to be equal. You
That's
have
true.
to show your partner that if they're at 40, that you could be that 60, or
Mhm.
vice versa. So, 50-50 to me is not really that. It's not really real. That's
Right.
just
If we in this together,
right.
this is what we
Yeah.
doing. You know what
This
I
is
mean?
the
This is
balancing
what we doing.
scale.
It's yeah. I don't understand that 50-50 thing, because it's all right. If this is what we doing and then we locked in, then this is it. You
Yeah.
know, this is
Hmm.
it. But you got people who don't feel like that. You got people who live where a man take care of everything, bills, rent, mortgage, or whatever the case may be, and people are fine with that. I don't know. Because I don't know, I couldn't live like that. I couldn't be on somebody like just take care of everything and I do this, because then some people, and not just men but women too, try to use
Hmm.
money to
Hmm.
control a
I was
situation
I was
in a
getting to that.
relationship.
I
You
was
know,
getting to
right? And I don't like to be controlled. I can make my own money. You know what I'm saying? But if I fall short somewhere and I need a little help, and you see I'm slacking, pick me up. But yeah, I don't know. Some people are okay with that because they want that control, and I don't do control.
I don't do
Yeah,
control.
I don't do
control.
control.
Yeah.
In my Janet Jackson voice. No.
Okay, control.
No.
Yeah, I think it all when I think of the topic and everything that was said, it just makes me think of reciprocation, like you
Mhm.
know
Mhm.
uh helping each other out, yin and yang. It's like we're equal, but then there's parts that we may or may not have, and vice versa, where we can kind of fill in for each other and really just kind of so when I think of 50-50, it makes me, what's 50 plus 50? Obviously 100.
Right,
Right.
Us, the
right.
team. So it's like, that's just the way I see it. And it was said, not, it doesn't have to be, you know money or just one set thing. Hey, like we have our task, our duties, whatever. Hey, I'll make the cheese. I guess coming from my angles, being a man, but hey, I make the money. You know, you do what you do. Hey, you hold it down at the house with the kids, clean whatever. Like, I got you, you got me. You know, should I get home? You know, you with the kids. Hey, let me take the kids. You know, now you do your thing, take a bath, whatever, relax, get you your me time. You know, I get there, food's already made for us. So when I get home, all I got to do is focus on the things that are gonna allow you to step back and then, you know, do you know what I'm saying? Like team shit, just to kind of sum it up without being long.
Okay, so what about somebody's income may not allow you to do like be 50-50. So do you feel like the person that makes the most money should be responsible for the majority of the expenses in the house?
Now I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Me, if you don't got no fun yawns, you know what I'm saying? Because me, I've been in that situation and I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? Because like again, that, you know, control thing, but I wasn't trying to use it as a control like thing. Like, so you get, some people get tired of doing that. You feel me? I'm doing everything and you're not pulling any type of weight or anything like that. Now it's different if, okay, something happened and okay, now, you know, I gotta take this on because you can't physically do anything or whatever. But if you could physically get yourself up, physically do whatever it is, you could physically go to work and physically help take care of some of these bills up in here and relieve some of the stress off of me. So me, I'm gonna say I could not be in a situation like that. Been there, can't do it again.
See, and I look at it, to me, I'm gonna be honest with you, at one point I did believe in 50-50, you know what I'm saying? But as I got older, I started realizing that 50-50 first and foremost is a new concept. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where in the heck that this popped up at, but to me, 50-50 ruin relationships. And the reason why I say that, just listen to me now. The reason why I say that is because you and your partner, y'all start measuring. You know what I'm saying? Y'all start measuring the responsibilities and what you do within the relationship. So you'll get there and say, okay, we're going to do 50-50. Okay, for sure. But then it comes to a point where it's like, okay, well, I kind of do a little bit more than you. You know, that's not really 50-50. And then all of a sudden your partner may say, oh, well, what do you mean? I do X, Y, and Z. So I'm kind of doing more than you. That's not 50-50. So
becomes like a competition.
Exactly. So then you start clashing on who does what and who does more. And then when you want to talk about income, that makes the situation worse because you say, okay, well, I pay X, Y, and Z. I make this amount of money, you know. Well, okay, well, what about me? I stay at home. I take care of the kids. I do this. I do that. I cook. I clean. I wash, you know, on top of working. So in a sense, I kind of do more than you. So now it becomes a battle of who does more. So then the 50-50 concept goes out the window. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, let's just say hypothetically that you do have that type of mindset of 50-50. Let's just say you guys live together and, you know, you have a lease, a 1-year lease. You know what I'm saying? Now, if your partner ends up losing a job, the responsibility falls on you. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, you have to pick up the slack while they're down. But at the same time, what if their whole goal was for you to pick up the slack in the beginning because they're going to dip out, you know? So 50-50 becomes now 100-0. Because if we got to look at the whole spectrum, because I've been seeing this topic trend on social media. I've been seeing it trend on TikTok as well. We have to look at the whole spectrum when it's okay. If it's really 50-50, where do we lie? And are we going to start measuring our responsibilities? Because if we start measuring our responsibilities, 50-50 is non-existent.
Facts. But I also feel like that's why it's important for you to know who you're getting in a relationship with in the beginning, because you have to know that that helpmate is going to be able to pick up that slack when you can't, because everything is a mirage in the beginning. People are going to try to impress you to get you to like them, and
everything you want them to be.
Yes. And then once they real self starts to like come out, you're going to miss those important points because you so worried about, oh, you going to pay this and you going to pay this and we got to stay here. And you're gonna that mirage is gonna start to get further and further away, and then you're gonna be injured or something's gonna be happen to you, and you can't go to work, but you've been taking care of everything, and then you got this person who just want to sit on the couch and be on TikTok and look cute and fluff her wig and
Not the
That's
wig.
real though. That's why I always say people be
Vanilla.
with the business until business pop up, and then you find out how how people really move and who they really are.
Yeah.
You
But
And-
she's so interested in being cute, and you're interested in having a trophy that you're gonna
But
miss
you
the
miss all the
natural
red
shine
flags. Yeah.
itself when you stop shining.
Mm-hmm.
See, and I was just having this, I swear to you, I was just having this conversation yesterday with a friend of mine. And the conclusion was, like I told my friend, I said, this is crazy, right? So when you date somebody, you're not actually dating them. That's a representative of who you really going to date. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's like, let's keep it 100. We always go through this honeymoon phase, right? In relationships, we always go through this honeymoon phase.
It's
You
so
know, we going out, we partying, we drinking, we doing all the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? But once that honeymoon phase is over and reality starts kicking in, again, we're not in high school no more. All that stuff was fun in high school, but now that we adults, reality strikes. We got to start talking about bills. We got to start talking about, okay, maybe we had an oopsie and we got kids now. You know what I'm saying? We have to do the adulting, but once the
Have real
adulting is
conversations.
real conversations,
Real and
You know what
uncomfortable
I'm saying?
conversations too. The uncomfortable
Exactly.
conversations are the ones you got to have. When those uncomfortable
Exactly.
conversations of what's your credit score? You feel me? What do you plan on doing in 2 to 3 or 5 years? Or you have to be for real, because you got to ask. No,
No,
for real,
real
you have to
talk.
ask
Real
those type of
talk.
questions,
How much
especially when
savings do
dealing.
you have in the bank?
Exactly. What your savings is looking like. You feel me? What's your plans are. Shoot, you have to ask those things these days, because you can't you getting in a relationship with somebody and then y'all be married. Come to find out you married to somebody that owe $36,000 worth of child support, and it's coming out your check, and you trying to figure out why. You feel what I'm saying? Because you now married to somebody who don't have their things together. Then we 50-50. No, those are your problems, huh? No, I ask those type of questions, especially when I'm
Or
dating men and we want to be serious and say, okay, well, what's your credit score looking like? Because if I wanted to, I can go buy me a house right now. You feel me? What kind of things do you have on your credit? What's your background? You feel me?
right.
Like what's going on in your life? Because when you start being with somebody, that stuff intertwines with y'all. You feel me?
It really does.
Facts.
Or better yet, what does your job security look like? What is your entrepreneurial skills look
Mm-hmm.
like? Are you building something? Are you do you have anything that you're passionate about that you want to do for the longevity of your life? Or like what do you have going on? Because the person that changes jobs every 3 to 6 months, they don't have anything that's worth anything.
They don't have
Facts.
real commitment skills. You feel me? That's first and foremost. You a person who switch jobs all the time, you have no real commitment skills either, because you switch jobs like you change your drawers. I know you can't be committed to me. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But that's real. That's real.
A whole lot of us, we don't do that background check. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no.
I want to know who and what your family is about. You know what I'm saying? Do you got, baby daddy drama, or you know what I'm saying? Do you got drama in your personal life?
That
Not
part.
only
Your
that,
parents still
like
together?
exactly, because that plays a whole part.
It
If not,
does.
how long they've been separated? Because that's
That
important.
part.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Man or a woman, that plays an important part. Just because we jump in the bed real quick and then I'll take you out the Jack in the Box to get you a breakfast jack and 2
Not
tacos,
Jack in
no
the Box is
lettuce.
crazy.
He said a
No
breakfast
lettuce.
jacket 2 tacos.
Tacos is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? just because I take you there, right?
You go to Jack in the
Doesn't
Box.
mean, man, I'm gonna put a ring on your finger in 2 weeks, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Just because we do that does not necessarily mean that, okay, I know everything about you. First and foremost, I know your name on Instagram, but I don't even know your full name. Let's talk about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know your first name, your last name. All I know you is Miss Fat Booty. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
But also in real life, is that really your picture? Because everybody is a catfish.
No, for real.
Exactly. It be things like this that it makes me question how we're moving how we're moving as a society and as a culture.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because there is no structure anymore. So it goes back into 50-50. There's no structure. So therefore, 50-50 nowadays is non-existent because everybody is doing some type of, degenerate shit to where it makes structure in a household seem non-existent because you don't know your partner.
Yeah, and not even that. People be out here with a motive. You feel me?
Yeah,
A
right.
real bad motive, like a hidden motive. Be looking good, all nice and pretty, and the whole time, you feel me? They just really need to use you for a place to stay, use you for
Get
your
something to
electricity.
eat.
You feel me? Your Wi-Fi, something to eat. Can
Yeah,
you take me here?
Not
Can
your
you take me
Wi-Fi.
there?
yeah.
Oh,
You
I'm gonna
know,
come over, hang out, chill. No. You feel me? The snacks and the Wi-Fi jumping, but you ain't. Yeah, and we
right?
not
You
gonna
bringing
do
some
this.
snacks? Bring the snacks
Real
over for the
talk.
both of us. I mean,
Real
you know what
talk.
I'm
No,
saying?
for real. No,
Hey,
for real.
Sure.
you bringing
Because
the bottle this time?
Okay.
Hey, let's just, hey, everybody wants something, but at the same time, everybody don't want to get taken advantage of, which is ironic, the whole
Exactly.
50-50 thing, it's just like, let's just reciprocate. Like, hey, I got you, you got me. You may not have it this time, I got you, and hey, I may not have it. I just need to know you got me type shit, because
But
back to
some people don't
everything's
even
coming
have
together
that.
full circle.
Some people don't
I'm
even
sorry,
have that.
yeah,
Some people don't even have
right?
that. You got me, I got you. You got me, and I got me. You feel me?
Not
Type
even
thing.
a,
That's what people motives
man.
is. That
real
you got me
talk.
and I got me.
People just know
Yeah,
how to
Real
yeah,
talk.
people
exactly.
know
Real
how to
shit.
talk a good one to get in and show you. I had saw okay, perfect example. I saw this thing on social media, and it was like you invite a man over that you've been kind of dating, and then they come over and finally you guys do, and then they get up, they taking out the trash, they cleaning out the refrigerator, they sweeping the garage, they doing all these things
Trying to move their way right on in. Mm-hmm.
to impress you,
Yeah.
but you like, what
Yeah.
are you doing? Like,
Yes.
I could do all
Yes,
that
trying
and
to
you
move their way right. This
like,
is not Motel 6, nigga. I will not leave the light on. Once you're done, you must get your things and the door. You will go. You got to watch stuff like that, and
you
that's that
do.
user mentality right there. That's what I'm telling.
But
That's that user mentality.
I also think that people in this time are impressed by that because they are. It's not like, I'm sorry, how when I was growing up, you don't just let nobody come in and stay on
Mhm.
you because you got family checking on you, and your brothers, they not going for that. And who is this nigga, and what is he doing here? And what is
No, for
what
real.
is he doing? you
Okay.
you have to
Facts.
give an explanation to somebody, when now people don't check on each other, and
Facts.
and women are not taught anymore that people have a motive, or people's true intention is not to come in and be a helpmate, but to get something from you. So
Mm-hmm.
unintentionally, you're going to be paying 100% anyway. You're going to be 50 plus the 50.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. Facts. That's facts. Because it's like, okay, I look at it like this. So what if, you just have yourself established, right? You have yourself established, you got everything going on, you living a great life, and then you meet this person and they don't so much have it going on. You know what I'm saying? They barely there, stuff like that. But when you reveal your success, when you reveal your good job or your entrepreneurship, once you reveal those types of things, then it's like, again, that 50-50 goes out of the window. Why? Because it's like, oh, well, you the one that's successful. You the one that got the resources. You the one that got the money. So if anything, you should be taking care of me. It's that entitlement. And it's like, hell, I didn't climb the ladder. I didn't got it out the mud. Funny. I didn't got it out the mud, and I didn't sat there and sacrificed. I sacrificed everything in order to get to this point. And it's like, now, because I have the resources and the ability to take care of, and again, it can be man or woman, I have the ability to take care of you. So you mean to tell me now it's just all on me? all because I
That's,
have the resources.
yeah. That's why
But
when you meeting somebody, stop telling all your business. You
yeah,
talking
for
too
real.
Fact,
much. You talking
fact.
too much. Stop telling all your
Yep.
business. You
Yeah,
feel
but
me?
and then whose fault is that going to be? If you already see all the signs, you know what I'm saying, that this person is probably a homosexual, you know what I mean?
Homeless.
Don't want to do nothing with themselves, and they looking at you go out there hustle every day, and then you just still
Mhm.
decide to bring this person in. That's your fault.
Exactly. At the end of the day, it's
That's
your
fact.
fault because that's what you allow.
Right.
You let this person come in here, so don't complain about it. Be about
That's what I'm saying. So if
Don't
this person
start
was out there,
spraying now.
if this person
it.
when y'all moved in
Facts.
together, then you shouldn't be surprised at how the outcome is.
But I also
Mhm.
think too, KO, that people don't know how to take responsibility for their mistakes for bringing this person in. You know, you don't know once you start seeing these signs, you feel bad for saying something. You feel bad for
I feel bad.
having, I mean,
I was getting ready to say, feel bad. Because you know what it be though too. You know what it be, and it don't. It's not just women. Some men think like this too. I can change and help this person. If they
right,
see me doing this, then
right.
okay, then they're gonna feel the need to get up.
Go
No,
out of your
I feel the
life.
need to sit right here because you
No, no,
got
you're right. No, you're right.
it. You know, you got it. So why would I get up and do anything if you got it and you knew what I was coming in here? So why would I change anything? That was your
Okay.
fault that you believe you was gonna help me do something, and I've
But
been
Miss
having
P,
a plan all along.
question for you, Miss P.
Mm.
But on the flip side, what if you do see some potential in a person and they do show that they have the potential to grow and they have the tools? How would you like? Some people deserve to have a chance. So how would you?
Aww, potential. Aww. That word right there, potential. That'll get you
Chance.
fucked up in some
You said
situations you don't need to be in. Potential. A potential, because ain't no potential don't look like 2 to 3 years and you still sitting around doing the same thing, potentially looking like you can get it together. No, no, no. Mm-mm.
That's why you should wait. Though.
Mm,
That's why you should wait, man. Like either you should wait and see what this person is really about, or
Mm-hmm.
you shouldn't make the choice to shack up with somebody that don't have the same drive as you. You know what I'm saying? Like if they not
Exactly.
out there, they
Facts.
not holding down their own household, they not paying their own car note, they not out there getting up, making it whatever you do, whether you going to work every day or you getting out there hustling, entrepreneurship or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you're not getting up every
Mm-hmm.
day making that shit happen, this is not the type of person that you know what I'm saying. Like especially like how old are we? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You still, I'm
Facts.
still hoping on potential. Like nah,
Hmm.
you're already showing me what you know what I'm saying. Like
That's real.
no,
Like for me, like if, and I'm not saying I'm all up here, but this is my thing. I have a hair business. I work for a school board. You feel me? I have all these things going on. So in my mind, I'm here. I would never go. Oops, I would never go and be with somebody on this level. Why?
facts,
You feel me?
facts.
I
Because
would
you
go
can't. You have a lot going on for yourself, so there is no
exactly,
way that you have the
exactly,
time to build them up to this level. You know,
exactly. Because then
when
I'm going back down here to help
right,
you move up here, and that's
right,
dumb.
that's
That's
fact.
dumb. You feel
Facts.
me? I couldn't. I can't allow stuff like that. And then too, just because I'm a single mom, it's a certain thing or not potential, a certain let me see, how can I say it? A certain standard that I'm looking for. Because I
Right.
have two boys, first off, you feel me? So I need somebody that's gonna show these kids how to be man, how to love on a woman, how to love on themselves as men and stuff like that. So the my dad always told me 10 minutes in a conversation, a person's gonna tell you exactly what they're looking for and exactly what they need. You just gotta
Oh,
listen.
Hmm.
You have to listen to what they saying because a person is telling you everything they're looking for. Oh, you got it, and then that's when I say that you talking too much, telling your business. He don't need to know you got this going on, you got that going on. You feel me? You supposed to let them do all the talking so you can figure out within that 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm cool. And I do that a lot. I'm cool. Yeah, this ain't gonna even go no further than what it is. Thank you
Look,
for the drinks and the food. I'll talk to you on another time. Maybe not. But I'm just saying that's real because
no,
you feel me. If I'm looking for, it's not even say I'm looking, but when it comes to that point of I do get somebody, you feel me? These are the things that I'm looking for. It's not potential. No, these are my standards. These are my boundaries. This is what I need to happen in order for you to be with me. So we could have that, I guess, 50-50, or you feel me, just this is what it is. You got me, I got you type thing. You know what I
Right.
mean? And that word potential gonna get y'all messed up every time. I've been there. That's why I have 2 baby daddies. So potential.
Oh.
Potential.
That's why you should wait though, man. I don't feel like when you seeing somebody and you develop a relationship, I don't feel like you should move in right away. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You still
Exactly.
stage and you
Clock
still,
the T.
like I said before, because after all the skeeting and all the releasing is done, you you know what I'm saying, you're gonna really get a chance to see who the person is and who the person isn't. You know what I'm saying? So
You gonna be
Exactly.
looking like
I think you should wait a cool little minute. You know what I'm saying? Just to
Because
see.
it don't take long for a person to start showing who they really are. When you move in
yeah.
with people, y'all be everything. But when y'all move in, now y'all in a tight space with each other. Y'all in each other's space and stuff like
Hell
that.
yeah.
So this, you feel me? You may see some things about this person. He may chew too loud. You feel me?
Mm,
And
This motherfucker might
oh.
start snoring while y'all trying to sleep. And I'm
you feel
sorry,
me?
I cannot.
Mm-mm.
That will cancel everything out for me. You start snoring, you gonna have to find you somewhere else to go.
Yeah, see, and I'm a
That's
person. I like my space. I love my space. Don't come in my house rearranging things. It's arranged how I want it to be. You're just a guest here. You know what I'm saying? And so, but I don't do that moving in like Kale said. Wait, because and then if we do get to a point that okay, we are gonna move together. I'm gonna come from my place, and you're gonna come from your place, and we're gonna get a place together.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't gonna be no, oh, you get out. Oh, get out. You can't kick me out of
Oh
this.
my
Both
God.
our names is on this. You know what I'm saying? So,
It's
It's
like
like Karen said, it's wait
50-50.
because it's hit a nerve. It's better
Right.
to wait because so you can see how a person. And I'm telling you, it does not take long. It takes 3 weeks for a person to show who they really are.
For real,
Because you're
man.
gonna get comfortable as those
Hey,
weeks
hell
progress.
yeah.
I
As
want to
those
know.
nights start to turn into days, you're going to start
Mm-hmm.
seeing this person.
For
They have to take a shower in your space. They have to get dressed in your space. You're going to see what their real cleanliness level is. You're going to start
Mm-hmm.
seeing all kind
Mm-hmm.
of,
real.
inadequacies in these people
Exactly.
that you
Right.
are
Exactly.
choosing to share your time with. Like I said, that mirage is going to start dropping down as the days pass. And then the real person is going to like pop out like, what up?
Mm-hmm.
What we doing?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
If you somebody that's like, you're not holding down your own household, you know what I mean? You somebody that's always living with folks, you know what I'm saying? Always sleeping on somebody's couch here, there, this, that. Like that's
Mhm.
a red flag right there. I want to
No,
know
for real.
how long you been living here, how long you been holding down this space by yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do when shit gets rough? You know what I mean? I want to see who you really is before I allow, compromise what
Mm-hmm.
I got going on, you know what I'm saying? For somebody that'll just come in and tear it down. You feel me? So hell
No,
no.
Real
for real.
shit. All right.
For real.
Yeah,
Need to
you know,
scope it out before we integrate.
Mhm.
and, and I
And
think
gradually, my bad, gradually
Mm-hmm.
too. And might not to cut you too, then and thinking again of all of what was said, starting small, potential everything, 50-50,
Right.
reciprocation. It's like, you
Mhm.
know, shit. You got to do a little test, and maybe we step out and go somewhere, and it's just on some, going to the store like, hey, shit, hey, bag, can you give me a bag of chips? Start small, you know what I mean? Or,
For
can you
real.
give me a beer? Shit. Just little shit to really see,
For
you
real.
know, to see where the head is at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
I'm for real.
because
I got big girl
that's little
problems. I
shit.
need $9,000 right now. You got it?
But I'm
damn.
gonna Moadio, I'm gonna tell you something about how I feel about what you said. I don't feel like you should have to ask a person that says that they like
Exactly.
you, could you get me a beer or could
Fuck.
you
I
go
was
get me
just,
some
yeah,
chips? I feel like they
Mm.
should be
that's
paying
funny.
attention enough to what you like and what your expectations are to go into the store for themselves and come out with something for you.
Mm-hmm.
For
That's
real.
Say that
real.
again.
Mm.
You
That's
know,
real.
and
That
You
and that
saying that
that
is
right there
exactly
will
why.
let me know
Yeah,
how you really mess with me
yeah,
for real.
For real.
Yeah.
society.
And they
yeah,
shouldn't need your money to go and do that.
For real. And also while
yeah,
you're dating, you know what I mean? You want to see like, okay, is this motherfucker gonna offer to pick up the bill, at dinner this time?
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know what I mean? Like I'm always paying, you know what I'm saying? Give me some money to get my hair done or shoot this nigga some money to get his hair cut, you know what I mean? Or like, let me take you out to dinner
yeah.
or
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you
Yes.
sitting around with somebody that's always expecting you to pick up the bill, then that's also a red flag.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
that's
I'm
why
glad you said that.
and that's why I say this new concept of 50-50 does not exist, because the new standards already preset. You know, hey, you taking me out? Okay, you gonna pay. Okay, cool. You know, all right, cool. But for some odd reason, a lot of people are afraid to say, hey, next time you got me. You know, it's just it's that mental block that we subconsciously just guard ourselves, because it's like, okay, I really like this person. I don't want to fuck it up. You know, so the next time you'll go out, the bill run up to damn near $300. You know, you over here checking your bank account, you damn near like, damn, I got like 400. Like, oh, okay.
I'm
You know,
crying.
you look,
But you got to
you
be
looking at,
prepared.
you know,
Yeah, you do gotta be
But
prepared.
you know, I'm
Look, my mama told me this. My mama said, if you ain't got the money to go or to pay, because what if that person
have
get
your
up and
ass
walk
outside.
out? What if that person get up and
uh,
walk out and leave your ass up in there with that bill?
That's
Are you
yeah,
gonna be
that's
able
why
to
I pay attention. I'm getting up too.
My mama said, if you can't afford to pay for yourself and somebody else, then you don't need to go.
That part. That's why I pay attention. As
Right.
soon as a nigga stand up, where you going? I'm nigga. What?
Where you going?
Damn. But you know, I want to touch on what Tamana said. He said that damn, what did you say? I had it right there and I forgot. I think he was on the lines of saying like no, like if I get it, then you got me the next time. That shouldn't even be asked.
Right.
Yes, yes.
If
Yes.
you fuck with me, you fuck with me. That
That's
shouldn't even be asked at all.
yes. Yes. And I want to say this real quick too. I'm glad you guys brought that up, because that's that what I was saying earlier about having to do the little test and ask was stemming from the fact that, like, yeah, you notice they're not doing the little shit. Like, so it's like,
Right.
okay, now I gotta break through that wall or barrier. I believe TMQ said, let me see what's up. I gotta insert and really you know, yeah, shit, yeah, you know, because
No,
you
for real.
shouldn't have to ask. You fuck with me, especially for the little shit.
No,
Bag of
for
chips,
real.
little beer, food. We all
Right.
gotta eat. We all want to eat. It's like it's
Right.
not like I'm asking you to, you know, shit, man. Buy me the new the new
The
Jordans,
new
the new
J's.
PlayStation 5. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But something that's really like okay, like next
Yeah.
level. I'm
Small
fucking
and
with you type
basic.
shit. You
Like
know?
Right.
you should be able to handle the basic stuff
But
before
if
we
Yeah,
No,
get
for
exactly.
real.
if,
For
I,
real.
Yeah.
if you even have to ask, then that's a red flag right there.
right.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
Especially if
what are
you've
we
been
doing?
dating this person for over some time. You know what I mean? Like you paying attention to what they like and the shit that they don't like or the shit that they into. But it's like if you have to, especially if you gotta feel on, it's gonna feel uncomfortable because this person hasn't been offering in the first place. But if you even have to ask, like, hey babe, you know, you gonna pay this time or what, like that's uncomfortable. But you know, a person shouldn't make you feel like that right off the bat. A person should be like, all right, I'm gonna take you out this time, or I got it, or get whatever you want, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you even gotta ask, then that's a red flag right there. That let me know everything I need to know. Like, okay, I done paid like, you know, 2-3 times, and this motherfucker ain't doing nothing but bringing a appetite to the restaurant. You know,
We ready to eat.
you feel me? Then
And
that's a
getting to go boxes.
like, yeah, I'm cool. You know what I mean?
No,
Ordering food for
real.
their kids.
Oh
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
yes. I
oh
get
my
so
Can
mad
I
when I
can I
see
get
stuff
a to
god!
like
go
that on
order for
social
my
media.
son?
That
Oh
irritates
my
my
Can
soul.
god!
I get a to go order for my son? Like,
Hell no.
Like,
That
wait,
is
huh?
crazy word.
but you
I
know
ain't
what?
dating
I'm
That
your
is
just gonna
son.
tell you something. I feel like not all the time should people know your business too. It also goes back to like moving in private or moving in silence. You know, like if your nigga don't got it, people don't need to know that. Like, you know, make that nigga feel like he got it. Slide that nigga that card up under the table and it doesn't matter who pays. It doesn't matter whose
Right,
name is on it. You know what I'm
right.
saying? You know, like stroke his masculinity and his ego by giving him the card and saying, hey, you know, like, I got you. The nigga paid, right? It don't matter who paid.
Uh, with my card on with my name.
No, I'm just
Like,
saying.
huh?
No, I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna choose to pay, if it's your turn to pay, or you're choosing to like trick on the nigga a little bit, make him feel special, like slide that card up under the table and let him. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be in the limelight. Oh, I paid or I did this. You know what I'm saying? Because both of you guys know what happened in that transaction.
Okay, they better hope they don't have a nosy waiter like me. This ain't your car, nigga.
but see, these are the things that we don't practice. These are the
Right.
things we don't practice because what's being pushed now is, oh well, if he ain't got it, I ain't fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? Which is, I mean, to a certain extent, it's understandable. You know what I'm saying? Because again, why would you want to fuck with a bum ass nigga? Bottom line, you know what I'm saying? Because as men, you wouldn't want to fuck with a bum ass broad. But we don't practice the concept of, hey, you know what? I'm gonna protect you from your ego getting damaged. If you have a huge ego, I'm gonna protect you. You know, hey, here, you know, don't even worry about it. I got you, babe. No, hell no. They looking at you sideways crazy, like, oh, you know, you ain't gonna pay. Oh, well, because I got this other nigga. Oh, so and so, they man pay. So now you just knocking them down. You knocking them down.
Demasculating.
I was gonna come at
exactly.
Let's talk about that. Being a man, real quick. I was gonna that right there, that little pressure where it's like, you know, well, I'm a man, so you know, I have to pay. You know, or I'm a man, so I gotta you said provide. You know, what about that little extra edge? You know, and then like you said, who wants to fuck with a bum ass, you know, dude or a female? Like, so it's like, where's that? You know, though it gets kind of, I don't want to say tricky, but I think it can cause a lot of I guess confusion, for lack of a better word, maybe misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? Difference of opinion and perspective, and kind of clashing and contradictions, and back to what was said by everybody. I did this, you did this, you didn't, I did. You know, it's just, you know, where do you draw the line? You know, is there? How do you, you know, is it all risk at the end of the day? Fuck it. You know, I'm fucking with this person, so let me just see if they're fucking with me how I hope they're fucking with me, or, you know what I'm saying? Or I hope that they treat me how I treat them, or what's, you know.
Well, that's basically what it is at the end of the day, is risk.
Yeah.
That's because you stand on that scale of 50-50 and you're not letting it be 60-40 so that those scales can offset and balance themselves at times.
Facts.